Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jack. Today, you guys are listening to the Corner Cutter Podcast. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Corner Cutter Podcast. I'm your host Josh, also known as Corner Cutter on the Speed Solving forums, and also on YouTube. This is the podcast all about cubing and how to improve. And again, this week we are very much focusing on the how to improve part. This week's topic is how to be a successful YouTuber. This week's guest is Jack from JCB ShortFilms, and we go in-depth into making good quality YouTube videos and getting subscribers, or more like building your channel. Most cubers do have a YouTube channel, and they're always trying to get some more subscribers, so if you're one of those people, then you'll definitely want to continue listening to this episode, and I think you're going to learn a lot. Or I should say you are going to learn a lot. If you have any questions on anything we talked about, feel free to shoot me an email, feedback@thecornercutterpodcast.com. I'd be happy to give you some tips, and I could forward your email to Jack as well to get his opinion on any questions you might have. So I won't make you wait any longer. Let's jump right into the interview. Hey guys, now I have Jack from JCB ShortFilms on the podcast. Welcome, Jack.
Hey Josh, thanks for having me. It's really cool to be here, so thanks for inviting me.
Oh yeah, actually you're the one that asked to be on the show.
Did I actually ask to be on the show? I thought I just asked for a shout out. I don't know. What did I ask?
I'm not sure. I get quite a few emails. Well, not quite a few, but I've gotten a few emails for shout outs or asking to be on, so you're one of them. And thank you for taking the time to come on the podcast.
Oh, well, thanks for inviting me. It's really fun. I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited.
Okay, so what do you enjoy most about making YouTube videos?
That's a tough one because making YouTube videos, it's fun because I like making movies and stuff in general. I mean, that's why my channel name is JCB ShortFilms, because I originally intended it just to upload little films I made here and there before I started cubing. And I also just like photography and things with cameras in general. But I guess I enjoy just the creative process of seeing a done video, especially one that just looks and sounds amazing. It's really cool to see maybe an idea in my head come to reality. I guess I don't really know if that's a good answer or not, but I guess.
Yeah, that's great. How do you get the ideas of what to make videos about? Is it what you think people would like to watch, or just things you're interested in? What's that all about?
Well, I guess a lot of it is like I have a schedule. I guess I try to get a video up every calendar week, and I've missed one of those dates since I've started uploading like often. And this week it's not going to happen just because I didn't really feel motivated to make a video, nor did I really have any ideas. But the ideas they usually come up with is mainly like, well, I have this cube. I could do a review on it just because people like my reviews and it's a video. Okay, I have a Speak Cube Shop unboxing coming up, so I'll film that and do that. And I guess I just kind of decide based on what sounds like it'd be good. And I guess depending on if people in the comments really want to see a video, like if someone says, I really want to see a review on the Rubik's Speed Cube, then if I get a whole bunch of requests for that, I'll probably end up doing that. Probably.
Okay. And like, how far ahead do you record videos? How long does it take you to get a video from the idea to when you're publishing it?
That's a good question. It depends on which video. So like, I don't know, did you ever see my Yushin Little Magic setup time-lapse video?
Yes, I'm positive I did. It was a while ago though.
You're positive. Well, good. But that video, I got the sticker, so I said I'm going to do this video because I had it planned. I probably had it planned before I bought the stickers for it, and so I had that planned. So the stickers took like probably 3 days to get to my house, and then I filmed it that day, and then it was a matter of editing. So in that whole stretch from thought process to upload, it was probably a week, give or take. I couldn't say for sure. But like, did you see my Uexiao Pro review featuring Spotty?
Yes, I did.
We had that scheduled for quite a while, and I actually had that mostly edited, I think, for a week before I uploaded it because I just got it done and I didn't want to upload a video like 2 days after my last one. So I just waited. And then I have another video. I'm not going to give any specifics on it, but this video we've been planning to collab with somebody for probably like a month and a half maybe, and we haven't actually started on it yet. So
Wow.
This one's a bigger project, I guess, but it'll be pretty cool once it happens.
Well, I guess that's sort of like me and you with this podcast episode. We've been planning it for quite a while, and there've just been other guests ahead of you. So finally, we're getting it done, and I'm excited to continue.
Yeah, let's do it.
And for my channel, it's not very big yet.
Well, mine isn't either, so.
Well, I only have 34 subscribers right now.
Okay, well.
But I'm focusing on the podcast, and
Sure.
That's the reason. But recently, I've been trying to upload way more videos. I'm trying to upload one per week now. And what I'm doing is batching videos ahead of time. A lot of my subscribers might not know this, but you guys, podcast listeners, will. Scheduling, I just record a whole bunch of videos, edit them, upload them, and then set the publish dates for a week after another. So I can get almost 2 months worth of videos done in just a week or so, and then I don't have to worry about uploading videos, which has been a problem over the past year.
Yeah, I actually haven't done that upload later date thing. I think it's because I usually don't have any videos done in that time, and I'm like, well, I'll just upload them when I'm ready to upload them, so it just doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, and I can see that you take a lot of time and effort into making good quality videos, so that
I definitely try to, and hopefully people realize that, because it definitely takes a lot of work to make some of those reviews. A lot of time.
They look awesome, though.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, what is the most important thing when making a video? Is it the video quality, like having a good camera or something like that? Is it the audio, or is it the content? What do you think is most important?
Well, they all work together in their own ways. Obviously, you need awesome quality video, because if you have a really low budget camera, yes, you can get it done, but having that extra step up in video quality and focusing features helps. And audio is also very important, because I think I heard it said that people would rather watch a video that has more lower quality video and higher quality audio than vice versa. And I agree with that, because having very distorted audio, I guess how my audio I'm sure sounds right now, I wouldn't want to watch the video. Whereas if it sounds clearer, like in my reviews, just because it's not going over the internet live, but that just really helps. The audio quality helps, and content does help too. Obviously, you don't want to watch a video that's boring, but definitely all those three work together. And so I guess I can't pick one that's more important over the other, because they all work together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For content, though, are you focusing mainly on reviews? It looks like you're doing that. Are you planning to expand at all? I know your most recent video was some CFOP walkthrough solves, which were very great.
Thanks.
I did learn a few things from watching.
Oh, cool. Well, really neat. My plan is to stick with reviews, because I like making reviews, because I'm sure you've heard of Chris Olsen or Side of the King, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really look up to him as my, I guess, role model, if you will, for making YouTube videos, because he's the one who really started getting me into making these cinematic cubing content stuff. And so reviews in that way, I'm able to do that. Whereas walkthrough solves or unboxings, they're not as cinematic as you can make a review, because a review, you can do some more sweeping shots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm more sticking with reviews. But like I said, I did the CFOP walkthrough solve mainly because I'm I don't really have any other video to do. So I thought, well, Spotty did a video on that. So I'm yeah, let's do that. And so I just did the scramble. And actually, I was pretty lucky. I don't know full OLL. I think I know all but 6 or 7 algs of it. And every single one of the OLL cases in there I knew. So I was able to use full OLL, which is awesome.
Yeah, I know full OLL as well. Now, could you give a little background to your channel? How did you start cubing as well?
So I guess I'll start with the cubing part first that ties into the channel. When my dad he had to have been in like second or third grade. So back in the 80s, he knew how to solve Rubik's Cubes, and he would bring them. Let's see, how do you word that? But yeah, he had to stand like on the playground, and he would solve Rubik's Cubes for like 5 cents. People would bring the Rubik's Cubes to him. And so, of course, later, when I got old enough to hear these stories, you'd see him solve it. Of course, he's not a speed solver, but it was cool seeing him solve it. And so finally, I'm like, I want to solve that. I just want to do it. And so I did it. I got the beginner's method back when I was 13, and it was really neat. It was really a cool thing. And then I still knew that, but I didn't really like touch the cube like all the time like I do now. And then randomly, just last year, like in very early 2017, I just picked up my speed cube I had because I wanted a better cube than my Rubik's brand just for solving the beginner's method. And it was a New Island Phoenix. I think it's the same as a Chi Bullfight. Something like that. But anyway, is that I started learning CFOP because I started looking it up. And actually, I missed a part. My dad actually got into speed cubing like basically when I was learning the Rubik's Cube back in 13, I think. And he actually had bought a Diane Zanchi. And of course, I had no idea until recently it was a Diane Zanchi. And so he was starting to learn CFOP, or he called it the free jerk method. That's what I knew it as until I learned about CFOP, which is the same thing, just under a different name. And so then I started learning CFOP, and then, and so then I started making YouTube videos. The first cubing video I uploaded was for a YouTube channel, a solve critique for JPerm. I'm sure you heard of JPerm, right?
Yep.
Well, he said, I'll give you guys solve critiques. And so I uploaded that video, and he never did a video critique of mine, but it got like 300 views like really fast. So I'm like, wow, okay. And I was kind of surprised about that. And then I I need to back up. I skipped a part. I'm so sorry. I had bought a Speed Shop Cosmic GTS 2 in August last year, and I did an unboxing video of it because I got like 25 reward points or something like that. So I'm like, well, I'll do it. What the heck? I'm getting the package. Might as well just do it. It's free reward points. Mm-hmm. And so I did that, then did the solve critique video. And then finally I had over like end of August, I had recorded a video review of my GTS 2, and I neglected to edit it. And it was the same kind of cinematic style. I did it at a friend's lake cabin over the weekend, and I just kind of neglected editing it. Like I got the first part of it, and then I stopped for like 2 weeks. I didn't really care necessarily. And finally I got it done, and I thought, well, I'll send it to SpeedCube Shop, and they loved it. And so then that's kind of how my cubing presence on YouTube got started. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah. What are you averaging on the cubes you practice right now?
So I only really practice 2x2 and 3x3, and 2x2 is fairly rare for me. So on 3x3, I average, on a good day, I average like 16s and 17s, and on bad days, like 18s and 19s. So I would say I typically average between 17 and 18.
Okay.
With a PB being 11, 13. No. Yes. I don't know. 11 something. Although it was a hand scramble. So
okay.
Not really.
Uh-huh. But going back to your story, so your dad could solve the cube back in the 80s. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to solve it. And I don't even think he knew notation. Like, I think my Grammy, his mom, not his dad. She would say, okay, so turn toward the kitchen stove, the top leg toward the kitchen stove. Okay, the right side toward the butcher block, the left side toward the kitchen table, all those things that he didn't know, like goes U prime, R prime. I don't know, I guess was that notation even around in the 80s?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think that's what my dad told me. So, yeah, I don't know.
Uh-huh. And now you mentioned in the email you were a cup stacker as well. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I used to cup stack basically when I was like, I guess it was like 2009, so when I was like 9 to like 2012. And so in that span, I started cup stacking, and I think it was because my sister at our school we used to go to, she was old, she was a couple grades older than me. She got these cups, speed stacks, and so I thought it was really cool, so I started to pick it up. And so, after she kind of dropped it, I decided, I'm going to keep going with this. And so quickly I started getting progressively better. And I enjoyed it. It was really loud. I don't know if you've seen that kind of thing before, but it's very loud. And I would do it for like 2 hours at a time. Of course, my parents and family were like, Jack, stop doing that. But of course, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. And actually, I even would sweat while doing it. That's how, I guess, hard it was exercising. But so I enjoyed it. And I did get a state record in March of 2012. I'm sorry. So actually, it was March 10th, 2012. So that was just over 6 years ago. And I actually posted a video of it on my Instagram. It's at JCB ShortFilms for those who want to see it. And it has my state record in it. That was the first clip of it. So that was really cool. I still have the trophies from it, but it was a neat time. It was a very neat time.
Nice. What are there competitions for speed stacking like the WCA or something like that?
Yeah, it's the WSSA, the World Sports Stacking Association, and they have competitions much like it. So I went twice to the regional championships up in Tacoma, something like that. Redmond. I don't know. It's somewhere up north near Seattle area because I live about two hours south from there. And so I went to those, and I went with the public school I went to. I'm homeschooled now, but I went with public school there, and the next year I was homeschooled, I think. And so I went with the public school up there, and then I didn't really do that good, but the next year I was way better. And actually, I would argue I was probably one of the best in Washington State at that point. But, of course, maybe I'm exaggerating.
That's great. It feels nice to be, like, the best in your state.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. I have a long ways to go for a 3x3, though. Like, a long ways. I had to beat Kevin Hayes, so.
Oh, yeah. That's hard.
I won't be doing that anytime soon, I'll admit that.
Uh-huh. Did you have a YouTube channel before you turned it into a YouTubing one?
Yeah, so I had a YouTube channel that was devoted to speed stacking later, Thomas the Tank Engine stuff. I'm a big Thomas the Tank Engine fan. I've always liked it when I was like a kid. But that channel is Miss Susie Homemaker. It was my mom. She made this channel, and I said, "Hey, Mom, can I upload this?" She's like, "Whatever, go ahead." And so it kind of started getting into this thing. So I'll send you the email link so you can put it in the bio or the link, the description of this podcast. But that channel, I think it has like 11,000 subscribers, something like that. Okay. Even though I haven't uploaded on that probably like 5 years.
Whoa.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely put a link in the show notes to this episode, the cornercutterpodcast.com. Now, what are your goals for your channel, JCB ShortFilms?
I guess my goal is to if you mean like what I'm hoping to achieve later, or are you asking what I wanted to achieve?
Why don't you start with yearly goals? Like, what are your goals for this year?
I think it'd be really cool at the end of this year to have 1,000 subscribers. I think that's actually really realistic because I have 400 something now, and I started I had 30 something in December, so I've gained quite a little bit since then. I think it'd be if I had 5 or 10,000, that'd be awesome. I'm not betting on it, but it'd be cool. And I guess I really hope to be able just to make awesome videos and just get a big subscriber count and people, I guess, a following, if you will. Yeah.
Okay, now let's get into equipment. What camera do you use? How do you set up lighting, background, and editing? Let's just go through one at a time, though.
So camera. I use the Canon EOS 70D. It's a DSLR from Canon from 2013. It's a fantastic camera. I really like it. And then another equally important part is lenses. So I currently use the Tokina 11 to 16 millimeter f2.8. For you photography people, you know what I'm talking about. I also am going to be using a Sigma 17 to 50 f2.8, a Sigma 24 millimeter f2.8, and a Canon 55 to 250. 55 to 250. F3. No, what is it? F4 to f5.6. That's right. Yeah, I need to remember that for a minute. But those are mainly the lenses I use. I actually just picked up the Sigma 17 to 50 lens on Wednesday, I think. I just bought it. So
now you don't need a really good camera to start out for.
No, definitely not. No, I mean you can use your phone. What really matters is you just have good panning shots and good a solid tripod and overall a good look to it, because you can get decent shots on a cheaper phone or camera, It's just the nice thing about having a more higher budget camera and lenses, or that you just get a little sharper of an image, and overall just the footage just looks nicer. But definitely, if you have the money and you really want to make high quality videos, definitely get a DSLR. DSLRs are really nice, and they can be pretty cheap, depending. Like I think like the Canon T6 is like $450 with a kit lens, and that's not really that bad of a price. And so, if you were gonna get a DSLR, I would probably recommend going the Canon route. But if you want to get some higher budget, get a Sony mirrorless. Those are just a lot more money, though. So.
But even if you're using a cheaper camera, I would say the most important thing is lighting.
Yes, lighting.
If you have great lighting, then a cheaper camera will still look pretty good.
Yeah, so if you have like stellar lighting, you can make even a cheaper camera, like you said, produce fairly good image. Having a good quality lighting setup is usually really useful. I bought a $60 some Limo Studio 2 softbox kit lighting setup on Amazon. It was $60 and it works pretty good. The bulbs are ginormous, but it works really good. And if you just look at like my room light, if you look at my Cosmic GTS 2 unboxing video, that is late at night using my single light bulb room lamp, and it's just so bad looking. And so just having those extra lights just pay for sure. And lighting is just, and use outdoor lights a lot too. Like what I mean is that I try to, if it's a beautiful day outside, even if it's overcast and just, pretty mellow day, outside light looks awesome because it's more even and more natural looking, of course. So I would recommend, if you want to film some stuff with good lighting but you don't have lights, definitely wait until a nice day and just film outside, but if you can, of course.
For background, how do you set that up?
So background's kind of a tricky thing for me because in my room, like where my desk is, where a lot of my reviews and my unboxings are done, it's kind of a boring spot. It's like my front porch where you see like where my thumbnail for my UHL Pro M and my Gander SM, my thumbnails for those were taken there. Those are better because they have more places to film, I guess, more uniqueness. But definitely just work with what you have. And I just try to get something different and unique. Like I try to use out of focus elements to kind of bring depth to show the cube and stuff. And so I guess a lot of it just comes down to the fact of what looks good to you, and look at what other people like Chris Olsen, whenever it's for the cubicle.us or for his own channel, what do his reviews look like? That's like, I'll mention Chris probably a lot in this podcast just because I look up to him, but look at what these people who make reviews that you guys like, what do they do? And then you can try to emulate that. Now, of course, make it your own style, but still look and see what works for them and try to make it work for you, if that makes sense.
That is an awesome statement right there, or point. I kind of do the same thing for podcasting. I look up to some major podcasters, and I copy them in similar ways, but try to do my own thing as well.
Well, sure, yeah, absolutely. And that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, God made us all unique and different, and so that's what you should try to be.
Yes. Oh, yes, and editing. What do you use to edit? I use iMovie.
So I'm a Windows user, and so for my reviews, I use a free software called HitFilm Express 2017, and that actually works really well. The problem, though, is it can need a little bit more computer hardware, like maybe a little higher quality CPU and graphics card and better RAM for those PC people who know that kind of thing. But for like my unboxings, I a lot of times use Cyberlink Power Director 13 Ultimate, which is a paid software I got back in 2015, I think. And I use that one for my reviews. I mean, I'm sorry, not my reviews, my unboxings, simply because I have I can equalize the audio a little better. Like I actually have to buy a $10 or $25 starter pack for HitFilm to equalize audio, and I just haven't bought it yet. And so if my audio kind of sounds more muddy, I definitely try to normalize it in Cyberlink. So that's why I use different ones. Hopefully someday I'll be able to get have Premiere Pro or something, because I just can't afford that right now. And I should mention for audio, I use Audacity most time to edit audio. So
how do you make a video that you think people will want to watch, like content-wise?
Honestly, Josh, I really guess, and I just make what I think sounds good. Like my usual little magic setup time lapse. I looked it up randomly one day, and my other videos had like 200 to 500 views, and I was like, that's decent. That video has 4,000 views. I'm like, what the heck?
Wow.
And like right now that video has like 12,000 views, and like only like 2 or 3 other videos on my channel have over 1,000 views. And the rest of them are all like 200 to 700. And that video, I think the reason why that one exploded is because the Yushin Little Magic is so popular right now, from other cubers saying, this is a really good 3x3. I'm surprised how good this is. And so when people say how good it is and people are interested in it, especially for $4.95 from SpeedCube Shop, really you are getting an amazing cube for $5. Well, is it that good? I think it's fine. It's not my favorite cube, but people have heard from a lot of other cubers this cube's amazing. And so when they see me set it up, like, well, how does this guy lube it and sticker it? And so I think you have to hit that little spot that people want to watch. That's just a popular cube right now.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of being sponsored, are you sponsored by SpeedCube Shop?
I am indeed, yes. I'm thankful they offered to sponsor me.
Uh-huh. What is that like? What are the benefits?
Well, the benefits for me as a YouTube sponsor is I get a certain amount of money, a gift card in gift card form for their store every month. And so basically that includes shipping costs if that is included. And I just I put everything in my card I want, and then I put the code in there, and it's all free for me. They pay for it, and of course their whole point is I promote them. And I really enjoy it. Cameron and everybody down there, from Veronica to Vinny. I think there's Jose. I've talked to him on the phone once. They're all really nice down there. I know they're super busy with stuff lately, but they're really, really a cool set of people. And so I would recommend all you guys, if you guys don't shop there, definitely go to SpeedCube Shop. They have good prices, amazing customer service. In fact, little quick story about that. I bought a Yuexiao Pro M in black, and they sent me one in stickerless by accident. And so I talked to Veronica about it. She's like, well, we'll send you a brand new black one. And she even threw in some logos and stands for me. So they sent me a whole new cube plus a little bit more because they messed my order up.
Yeah, I've had the same experience as well, and they always make sure you're taken care of.
Which is really cool. I mean, I'm not bashing the Cubicle or Cube Depot or anything, because I bought from the Cubicle. I haven't bought from Cube Depot. But I definitely felt like SpeedCube Shop's customer service was superior to like the Cubicle.
I agree as well. Now, how important is the title of the video? Could you give some tips on how to make a title that has good SEO? Which is search engine optimization. Yeah,
I guess it depends on, what the video is going to be about. So for a review, I'm not too worried about like title-wise, because like my Yuexiao Pro, I put, go on Yuexiao Pro M full review, and I put featuring Spotty, and put SpeedCube Shop in the title because they sponsor that review, obviously. But for reviews, that's not as big of a deal, because when people are searching for a review, they just want, in my opinion, I look for views to see. I mean, if that video review has 15,000 views, I'm more likely to click on that one than when it has 50. I'm sure anybody would.
Mm-hmm.
But like, whereas like my Yushin Little Magic setup time lapse, I guess there's not really anything, like, I don't really have any tips. I feel like I more label my stuff as they are. Like, I don't try to clickbait. I did do one clickbait video about a G-perm, and really, I actually still use the G-perm. I probably shouldn't, but it's just, it was to all caps. Like, I put, is this the best G-perm? And like, it's decent, but it's fine. Like, it was totally clickbaity, which clickbait is one of those things I'm not a huge fan of, because I think that it is ridiculous sometimes. Mm-hmm. But I don't really have any tips, I guess, for titles, because I don't really try really hard to make amazing titles, because I feel like I want to be honest with my titles. I want people to get, when they click on a video, I want them to realize that's what they're getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's sort of a gray area in there between being clickbaity or like being, I guess, real. One tip I might have is, I don't make it unique, maybe. Don't, just like if you have a review, or let's say you make a mini Volk M or something like that. Don't just say mini Volk M DIY. Maybe put a little more information in the title.
Sure, yeah. And one thing that's important too is, I would even say more important than the title is the thumbnail. The thumbnail is very important too.
Mm-hmm. How do you use that for getting more views and stuff like that?
Well, for thumbnails, I usually try to I usually will put like basically the title of the video in the thumbnail. So like my Yuexiao Pro review, I just put, go on Yuexiao Pro M full review. That's all I put on, and I had a picture of the cubes. And I would definitely say that what that works well with it is also if you have a really high quality thumbnail, so it looks sharp and it looks lit well and looks nice. And I would definitely recommend using your own like unique font. Like I'll admit mine's not very unique. Two people who I can think of are very unique are Chris Olsen. Well, at least his older videos were, and TC Cubes. She has really unique font. I can pick her font out anywhere. But I would definitely recommend that people do their own kind of font and try their own style. I mean, that's the hard things. I've experimented with different stuff, and I want to make sure that it looks like it fits the style of the video, if that makes sense, and also it fits my style. Like, I don't want to put all this cursive-y writing on there as much as I like cursive, and I write in cursive. That's not a cubing thing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And so, I mean, thumbnails are just like you want to have bold font. You want to be able to see what the font is saying at a very small level, especially on a phone or whatever, and just be able to recognize that it's yours. It's like I will, with the exception of like unboxing videos. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes with unboxing videos, but like for my reviews and like my Yushin Little Magic setup time lapse, I actually took those photos from my camera and edited them, so they're actually full resolution pictures, not just like a snapshot from a video, which helps with the resolution.
Yes, that's something I don't do. I guess I do it as quick as I can.
I have done snapshots like for some of the videos, and sometimes they work out really well. Other times they look really blurry for some odd reason. I'm honestly not sure why. It kind of bothers me when they do look blurry because I can't figure out why.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now, for getting subs, how do you convert viewers to subs?
That's a tough question.
Should you mention in each video, please subscribe? How do you think that affects people hitting the subscribe button?
I'm not really sure. In the description, I will put my videos. If you guys like what you see, comment, like, and subscribe and all that stuff. But I don't really mention it in my videos a whole bunch because I feel like I don't like forcing people to do it. And I feel like I could sound almost old, but I guess I just don't do it because I don't know. I just don't have a habit of saying, oh, please like and subscribe. I think it's cool when I see people subscribe. And just randomly, I got a subscriber alert today, and I don't know how much I actually have, like the number wise, but just seeing a random subscriber, like, oh, that's cool. It's a random subscriber. Who knows how he found my video, why he liked it, And I guess, like I said, I don't know how many subscribers I gained from my Yushin Little Magic one, but my guess is quite a number because that has 12,000 views. So I don't really know what the conversion. I mean, obviously there's no specific conversion number, but I don't really know. I guess I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to figure out. I don't really know why some people will subscribe and some people won't, but my guess is it's more because people just see that they like my videos and like my specific reviews or whatever. Like people have said, which is really cool. You're my favorite YouTuber or my favorite YouTuber on YouTube, and that means a lot because it's like there's a lot of other ones who are better than me maybe. Or more well known, and like there's one guy, I don't remember his name now, but if you listen to this, you know who you are. He said that why only 200 subscribers when your video quality is better than J.R. Hubert's? It's like, whoa, like he has like 200 something thousand subscribers, and it's really rewarding when you hear something like that. And for only like having 400 subscribers, that's really neat to hear because it's not. I wouldn't be surprised if I had 30,000, but people keep saying your channel is going to blow up, and it's like, well, maybe. But yeah, I kind of got off a tangent there. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. When did you see a big growth anywhere? Was there any spots in like growing your channel, like humps of you couldn't get over a certain number of subscribers or something like that?
I haven't really experienced any like humps or like what's it called? There's another word that I'm trying to think of, but you know what I mean. Just how I can't get past anything.
Yeah.
A barrier.
Uh-huh.
And I think the biggest number of subscribers I got was when I had my 200 subscriber giveaway with a $25 gift card to SpeedCube Shop. I gained like 200 subscribers from that.
Whoa.
And it was really like, seriously, I was like, well, this is getting a lot. Maybe it wasn't quite that many, but it was quite a number. And because I had 200 subscribers and like 3 weeks later, I had like 400 something. And it's kind of stagnated a little bit because I haven't uploaded. But like, and I get reviews, not reviews, subscribers, every video that comes up. So like I might get, quite a number. It depends on the video a lot of times and what promotion I get and what how the number of views and the content type. Like I go back to the usual magic one, that video blew up, whereas some of the reviews around it still have 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 views. And so obviously that's, like I said, I just hit that little spot. And so I don't know how many subscribers I gained from that. Still, it's really rewarding to see all that, though.
Are there any other tips you'd like to share for YouTubers before we wrap up this interview?
I would say one of the biggest tips I can give is really try to invest time in your videos if you feel called to, and really just work hard with them, because videos that you see like J.R. Cuber make, Crazy Bad Cuber, Chris Olsen, myself, and I'm sure TC Cubes, and I'm sure quite a number of others, they have to invest quite a little bit of time in lighting and money too, for sure, and equipment, but time especially, because my review, I'm not trying to brag, but I could easily spend 5 or 6 hours making one of the reviews that's 3, 4, 5 minutes long, and so that just takes time, and so the extra effort will oftentimes yield better results. And of course, practice. You need practice. So if you really struggle with doing tripod shots like panning, practice that. In some cases your equipment might not be the best, but as you practice and get to know how to run your camera more and run your microphone, your computer software, your editing software, and even just maybe just how to script videos. I script all my reviews. If those of you don't know that, I'm reading off a script when I do that, and so I have to script all that. And so there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. And I guess the biggest tip I would have is just to be patient, make the highest quality videos you can. And I would also say be yourself and be nice. Try to be nice. Like I hope I display I hope when people look at me, they say, he seems like a nice young man. And like I said, I have no idea if people think that, if people think I sound like a jerk, and everyone has their own opinion. And if they do, well, then I would actually like to hear that. If people think I seem mean or obnoxious or whatever, I'd like to know that. But by being the person that God made you to be, you can do the best thing you can do, and that is just to be yourself. That kind of seems repetitive, but I guess what I'm trying to say is effort and the desire to make a really good channel can oftentimes yield that result. And of course, some people aren't made to do that. Some people aren't made to record videos. That's like my dad. My dad that's not his calling, I guess, whereas he's really good with mechanics and woodworking and I'm not. And so part of it's just your calling and your ultimate what you're good at. So I would just say, seek to find the best way you can fit in and be yourself and work hard at it. So I guess that's my advice, I guess.
Awesome. You guys, Jack has been dropping value bombs, to steal a little quote from a podcast I listened to. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. And thank you, Jack, for bringing so much great information to the podcast.
Well, no problem, man. I really enjoyed it. I would totally do it again. And thanks for inviting me on. And ultimately, taking the time to do it with me.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Thank you for reaching out.
Well, thank you so much, Josh. I will talk to you later, man. I'll send you the email links with all the things if you want to include those in your show notes.
Sure thing. Wow, that was packed with value. Jack was a great guest, and I will definitely have him back on the podcast sometime. You can find show notes and links to everything we mentioned, all his YouTube and Instagram accounts and all that, in the show notes to this episode, thecornercutterpodcast.com. And remember, if you have any questions, email feedback@thecornercutterpodcast.com. One bad thing that happened during the interview, or in the interview, my microphone wasn't plugged in correctly, I guess. I made sure before we started it was, but I guess something happened and it was recording on my internal computer microphone, at least me. So that didn't turn out too well, but at least the recording went fine. Also, you might notice I have a pop filter now, so all my plosives are not getting into the recording, which is finally nice. I finally made that small investment, which I should have made a while ago. But anyway, I hope you guys all are having a great week, And I've got a competition in a few weeks, which I'll talk more about next week. Once again, the website is thecornercutterpodcast.com. It's time to take this podcast back to the scrambling table and come back next week for episode 33 of the Corner Cutter Podcast. And now here are a few behind-the-scenes bloopers, because Kristen asked for them.
Just get a big subscriber count and people, I guess, a following, if you will. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Technical difficulty?
Sort of. Yes, I guess you could call it that. Okay, we're back. No, it's just my computer wasn't charging, and sometimes
by the way,
it dies pretty quickly, and I don't want it dying in the middle of the interview.
Yeah. Am I talking too fast? Because I have a tendency to do that, so you let me know if I am. So
no, I think you're doing fine. It's really just depends on the person. I mean,
yeah, I'm a fast
people
talker.
probably don't want to listen to this episode on double speed.
That's a good point.